Us foul trouble, missing Kiki, all that kind of stuff, and a lot of fight there from this team. It's wonderful.
Do you feel like Lauren? Do you feel like you saw what you kind of wanted to see in her in this situation with Kiki out?
Yeah, but I'll tell you. I mean, it's just a big transition for Lauren, for all of our young ones. We've got 11 out of 13 of our players are in their first or second year in the WNBA. I mean, it's just crazy. And so Lauren showed off a bit tonight. We've seen that before.
Washington Mystics head coach Sidney Johnson reflected on the loss with genuine pride in how his team competed. Winning in the WNBA is never straightforward, and his group showed real character throughout the night. The Mystics were backed into difficult situations repeatedly. Foul trouble, missing a key player in Kiki, all kinds of adversity. And they kept fighting. Johnson said they revealed who they truly are as a program, and falling short by a single possession at the end does not erase any of that. The toughness and togetherness that defines the team's identity showed up when it needed to.
Tonight, we've seen that before as well. You know what I mean? It's working hard every day so that that consistency in our gym and everything they're doing with our coaches, it translates over to here. And yet that environment is new often, you know, and these moments and these players and the officiating, that's all just new to them. So I'm super proud of Lauren. She's going to have more games like that, but what we're doing here in DC is just readying.
On Lauren's performance, filling in for Kiki, Johnson acknowledged it was a major adjustment for a young player. 11 of the 13 players on the Mystics roster are in their first or second NBA season. That kind of inexperience creates a steep learning curve, but Lauren handled it. Johnson pointed to the daily work happening in practice as the foundation for moments like that. The environment, the officiating, the high-stakes situations. All of it is still new for most of this group.
What we're doing here in DC is just readying them for this journey. And a night.
Run more plays like this. Look,
but not for Caitlin.
93% from the free throw line, and then the three-pointer is just smooth as silk. She lives for these moments, and she lives
wide open. Look at this play from the logo too. From the logo.
Ashley Shamity is with Ed, but not for Caitlin.
93% from the free throw line,
Goodness.
and then
But the results are beginning to match what is being built in the gym. Meanwhile, the play that ended the game deserves its own examination. Clark stepped back from well beyond the arc and knocked down the winning shot with the clock expiring. She finished the night with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. The shot came off a design play. An analysis of the angle suggests it was drawn up specifically for Clark rather than being a broken possession.
the three-pointer is just smooth as silk. She lives for these moments, and she lived up to it.
Because it almost was. She thought Caitlin Clark was from the pass it or something. I don't think she thought that Caitlin Clark was going to shoot that ball. Somebody said, "Come on, y'all. CC got a big clutch slash tonight. Can't y'all give Stephanie White got to go a rest for one night? She still got to go, bro." We're keeping our same energy when
The defender appeared to anticipate a pass rather than a shot attempt, which left Clark with a clean look from a spot most players would not even consider shooting from. Clark hit 93% of her free throws and capped the night with that three-pointer from near the logo. These are the situations she has consistently delivered in throughout her career. There is a separate issue that deserves attention beyond the winning shot. Earlier in the game, a foul was called on Caitlin Clark on a play where replays show her essentially standing still.
same energy when it comes to Stephanie White. We're not switching up our stance on her, bro. She got to go, bro. She got to go. Stephanie White definitely got to go. But let's pull up this file here because this file was very, very for Stephanie White not to challenge this file. Oh shit, man. Kaylin's doomed, dog. Kaylin is doomed.
The official spotted aggression from the offensive player on this closeout, but the contact was initiated from the other direction. Indiana's coaching staff did not challenge the call. That decision is difficult to justify given how clearly the footage shows what happened. Foul trouble has been a recurring problem for Caitlin Clark, and the coaching staff's reluctance to use challenges on questionable calls is a pattern worth scrutinizing. The broader storyline of the game is harder to ignore.
Let me see if I can find this file, bro. Because Caitlin literally stood there. She stood there and they called a foul on her, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy work. Let me see real quick. I thought I had it. I mean, she just stood there and they called a foul on her, bro.
Indiana held a 17-point lead and nearly let it slip entirely. Washington managed only 3 offensive rebounds on the night, meaning the Fever's defensive rebounding was not the issue. The collapse came from somewhere else. Execution, composure, decision-making in the third quarter. The team found a way to close it out, but surrendering a lead of that size against a roster that young raises real questions about what is happening in those middle stretches of games. The buzzer beater salvaged the result.
Somebody got it. Let me get it pulled up real quick. What y'all saying in the chat tonight? That pass was a little weak too, though. Almost got jacked. Don't matter. She made the shot, bro. Walking the ball up wide. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find that file real quick. Because I thought I shared it, but I guess I didn't.
The win goes in the column, but the conversation around how Indiana manages its rotations, uses its challenges, and protects leads is not going away. As widely suspected, the Indiana Fever did not design a play specifically intended to get Caitlin Clark a 30-foot shot from beyond the arc, particularly given that Clark had been struggling with her shooting in recent games. Sophie Cunningham essentially confirmed this in a post. Pastor, signaling that the team had gone off script. The message was lighthearted, with the clear subtext being that the improvisation happened and it paid off.
Okay, this is Caitlin Clark after she made that shot.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Caitlin the GOAT, bro. Look at this shot, bro.
Showtime presented by Ford. Coming up next. Hey, what a game for Sarah Kustok, Ashley Shamedy, our entire crew. Brown, LaChina, Cheryl, and Sue will break it all down.
How far she
WNBA
was,
Showtime
bro. Oh my God, bro.
Lexi Hall later addressed it directly, stating the original play was designed to draw a foul, not to generate a deep three-pointer. According to Hall, Clark made her own read. Sophie delivered an excellent pass, and the shot went in. Hall acknowledged it was not what the coaching staff had diagrammed, but that the result was all that mattered. What actually unfolded is straightforward from a basketball standpoint. The initial action was designed for Kelsey Mitchell and Alia Boston, 2 players with a strong ability to get to the free throw line, especially with Washington missing their defensive assignments.
If you guys don't know, the play, like, this is where I'm like, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that. It was actually, I felt like it was an all right play. It was an all right play when it's all said and done. But it's one of those things now where Lexi Hall said the play was for a foul. Like, this is maybe the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, I got to give Austin Kelly. I like the play. I thought it was a good play.
Clark was not the first option, not the second, and not the third. The play was built around getting to the foul line, not launching a contested long-range attempt from a player sitting at roughly 20% from 3 over the prior 4 games. Where things get interesting is in how events unfolded once the original action broke down. When the pass to Kelsey Mitchell was denied, Aliyah Boston read the situation quickly and shifted into a screening role, setting a block on Shakira Austin to free up Clark on the opposite side. Clark, meanwhile, relocated to an open spot on the floor.
Kelly, I like the play. I thought it was a good play. According to Lexi, we were trying to draw a foul. I think Caitlin's a great basketball player. She made a read. Sophie was able to deliver a perfect pass. She knocked it down when it mattered. I can't say it's exactly what we drew up, but it worked. So we'll take any day of the week. They weren't even trying to shoot. So everyone's talking about, is the option for Kelsey's, the option for this. The option is to pray for a foul. The option is to pray for a foul. Like, and everyone's like, and you've got some of the, I don't even know what to call them. Where it's like, there's this group.
Even Sue Bird, watching the broadcast, called out that Clark was wide open as the play developed. Sophie Cunningham saw it too and delivered the pass. The entire sequence required fast decisions from multiple players simultaneously, and every one of them made the right call. The broader debate unfolding on social media is somewhat beside the point. One group has insisted the play was drawn up for Clark all along, apparently unwilling to accept any criticism of the coaching staff.
I don't even know what to call them. Where it's like, there's this group of people that are like, it's like, if it reminds me of, the people that are like, that go out of their way to hate Caitlin Clark because it's like some allyship. It's because they think it's a form of allyship. There's another group of people that are like, they'll go out of their way no matter what to never criticize Steph White no matter what because they want to be seen as good fans. And I'm like, no, it was a play wasn't drawn for Caitlin Clark. They made it.
Another group has taken the opposite view, framing the improvisation as evidence that the coaching staff wanted to keep the ball away from Clark. Neither reading holds up cleanly against what actually happened on the floor. It is also worth noting that going off script is not unusual on this team. Kelsey Mitchell, by most accounts, frequently makes independent decisions during live play, and the team has simply built that reality into how it operates. The fact that Clark and Cunningham did something similar here is not remarkable in that context.
It work. Sophie Cunningham made a good read. Caitlin Clark made a good read. And Aliyah Boston did a great job playing blocker. Like, Aliyah Boston played blocker. And everyone made the right decisions on the spot. I mean, genuinely. Every single person on the floor made the right decision after the initial pass to Kelsey Mitchell was being denied. The play didn't work out, and they did what...
Over a full season, process-based decision-making and analytical approaches carry real weight. Over a single possession, outcomes are what they are. The Fever players are not particularly concerned with who the play was designed for. Is apparently amusement, not tension. What the players care about is that the game ended in a win. The social media argument about intent and credit continues largely without them.
After the initial pass to Kelsey Mitchell was being denied. The play didn't work out, and they did what they did. Like, that's basketball. Caitlin and Sophie become a package deal. I don't think so. They really don't give a fuck. I know it's what's been said. Steph positively, Steph's bullshit. And like, they don't dislike Stephanie White. Justine Passat reposted it. Like, every single person knows. Like, Justine Passat reposted it. She shared this frame to the IG story. We all know, anyone who's ever done anything and played basketball knows, sometimes the bigger like issues. Anyone who's ever done anything and played basketball knows sometimes the bigger like issues is, and like you've got the quote unquote good fans apparently saying, I tweeted this out and I'm like, as a joke, like the Fever did not draw up a play down one where the first option was a dangerous cross-court skip pass into a 31-footer for a player shooting 20% from three over the last 4 games. Like, I'm sorry, that was not the first option. It was not the second option. It was not the fucking third option. It was for Kelsey. It was for Kelsey and Aaliyah because they had the best chance of getting to the line because Washington Mystics are foul prone. I'm not even saying that the play was bad. Like, I'm genuinely not even saying the play was bad at the end of the day, because if Caitlin wasn't wide open, if Caitlin was not wide open in that scenario, Aaliyah Boston would have been open on a mismatch. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, if they did not run something that got Caitlin wide open there, Aaliyah Boston would have been wide open. So it's one of those things now where, like, it happens. Where, like, it happens. It happens. Like, it's basketball. It's basketball. And you've now got the entire Fever team joking about it because it's one of those things where it's like, I think everybody knows that, like, when it comes down to it, sometimes the playbook goes out of the way. Like, let's be real. Everyone's like, oh, Caitlin went rogue. There's nobody that goes rogue more than Kelsey Mitchell on this team. Kelsey Mitchell does what Kelsey Mitchell wants to do.